Welcome to my office today. Today is Memorial Day, and I've got some time, so I'm going to start working on the hard part. I'm going to pull the pistons and rods out of this block, see if this block's a 4-bolt main, which I doubt it is if it's from a Corvette. But I plan on pulling this off, the oil pan, pulling the connecting rods, taking the pistons out, keeping everything together, and with any luck, I'll feel confident enough to remove the engine out of the Corvette, set it up here as well, and then start breaking that one down. All the pistons and rods are out of it. I'm going to leave the cam in, all that good stuff. See how it goes. Whew. This may be stupid, but I'm doing it anyway. Alright, oil pan's off. Various assortments of sockets required. You can see the bloody murder of oil everywhere. That's okay. So what we've got is honestly a really clean engine. Looks good to me. So I'm hoping these pistons, rods, and bearings are in good shape. The pistons look good on top. Assortment of sockets is 1/2 inch, 3/8, and 7/16. Now I got to remove this windage tray, which the oil pump will come out along with it. Put it in the old oil pan. And I know I can't use this oil pan pretty much anything. The entire bottom end of this motor is, with the exception of the pistons and rods, is a little bit, well, it's just different. So anywho, I'm going to keep tearing down and I'll bring you back. It's not hard. It's just start pulling stuff off. Well, first discovery, these bearings are no good. So I'm going to re-bearing the motor. So that means I need to buy some bearings, get some plastic gauge, and see what my clearances are when I put these rods into that block. So it's okay. I mean, these are not in great shape. I don't know if it was just sitting for a long time. It's supposed to be low mile. I know it was behind an automatic. That's about all I got. So, but anyway, I'll just keep going here, and yeah, I'm just gonna blow this apart. Confirmed 2-bolt main. I think the crank could be polished if someone wants it. I'll just throw it on Craigslist for $50, see if someone wants to take it. All the pistons and rods came out just fine. Don't mind any marring marks that you see from me pulling them out, but all the caps are kept with the individual rods, so that shouldn't be an issue. I'm done with this, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bolt everything back underneath, and the oil pan, put that back on, since I've harvested what I want out of this thing. Put it together and just shove it in the back of the truck. For now, I'm going to have to do some serious cleanup, but that's kind of the nature of working on cars. So yeah, all my pistons and rods, they all look good. They're good and straight, so I'm not too worried. It's no wonder that when things go bad, they bend a rod. That's not surprising. They're pretty small rods, but they should handle 400 horse, no problem. So yeah, all right, that's where it's gonna live for the time being. Most of the oil's out of it. There'll be some residual, of course. Tell me this tailgate hasn't taken a whack or two. Tell me, why do you see air gap? There shouldn't be air gap. Anywho, so the plan is today.
It's the tent of destiny.
Yeah. Rick Green has joined the chat. So, like I said, everything has been unbolted for the most part. I'll have to blow the accessories off at some point, but that's not the current goal. I'm going to disconnect the bell housing from the block, get a hoist in here, and see what I can do.
And then this guy shows up.
And then Rick shows up.
What the heck? What more would you need?
I know. All you need is a Rick Green.
That's right.
That's my supervisor.
That's right. Checking to see if you're Cal OSHA compliant.
It is. It's totally.
I'm here from Gavin, so.
Hi. Thanks.
So you know.
Thanks for showing up.
Good.
Clown. Got busy and forgot to record. So, I got the 6 bolts that hold the bell housing to the block removed. I've disconnected all that I can see that I need to disconnect. Got my hoist out. And as you can see, I'm starting to raise the motor up a little bit. Yeah, so the bell housing's right there. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to wedge this thing this way. Got the power steering reservoir lines and the ensuing bloodbath taken care of. I'm fairly confident that I got enough room to get that pilot bushing out that I can start lifting this thing up. We shall see. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep struggling with this and get after it. My hoist works fine at doing this very thing, so I should be good. That's for the most part clearing. Yeah, so I just need to start rocking this thing out. Yeah, this is going to be tight. It's a very tight fit. Yeah, well, yeah, let's see what happens. Well, this will be my workbench. I need to run out and grab a sandwich. That goes up over there. I need to run out and grab a sandwich for the wife and sister. Get some plastic gauge and some new rod bearings for this thing. And then I can come back, pull the intake and the heads. And then once that's all blasted off, I should be able to pull all the pistons that are in the cylinders out. And then once that's done, I can do the plastic gauge and figure out where I'm at. I bent that guy back a little bit. I forgot that all this was still attached, and then the other thing I screwed up is I forgot that there is no transmission crossmember in this car. So therefore, that transmission was fighting us. It was wanting to fall out the whole time. So when I go to install, I'll jack up the bottom of the transmission to get it up higher to help aid slipping it in. I'm going to do some cleaning. Basically, my goal is if I can get this thing back to being an engine where I can drop it in by the end of the day, including the oil pan and get it all torqued to spec and all that stuff, that'll be good enough for today. And then maybe the next weekend I can drop that in. I'm not real sure, but that's the original goal. Cool part about this is that I don't have to worry about the cam. I don't have to pull it out. I don't have to do any of that stuff if I'm going to just use this block. So I'm assuming my crank is still good. I didn't see any obvious anything. So, you know, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for running. So, you know, if I get in there and the rod bearings have a little extra clearance, I'm not going to sweat it because that just means more oiling, a little more windage, but honestly won't be a huge deal as long as it's not massively out of spec. So yeah, that's just a scratch. Okay, no big deal. Yeah, all right, so I'll catch you later when I start getting this thing blasted apart. All right, I assume we're rolling now. So welcome to my office. Thank you to Rick for helping me out getting this thing pulled out of here. One thing I realized I screwed up on, what made it a challenge to pull out, was I forgot that the transmission and the Well, the transmission doesn't have a cross member. So that was wanting to fall downward the whole time as I'm trying to pull this engine out. So that was kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So now I know. Well, I should have known. You get it. Just screwed up. Made a mistake. Is what it is. So now we're going to go ahead and set this guy down right on here. Make sure you never step under it, just like I did. Of course, I don't know how good this is going to look. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll set this guy down and we'll get to work. I already pulled the bolts out. I already pulled the bolts out for the cylinder heads, the stuff that mounts to the cylinder heads, so I should be able to just blitz that apart. And yeah, I just got to get in here and start eating this stuff. So I'll just leave the plate on. These held just fine. Rick was a little concerned. I was not. So yeah, let's pop this intake off. I hate this thing. I just hate the way it's clocked. That's my main objection to it, but I guess it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, so let's just start yeeting. And I'll just talk through it. We'll just go from there. You'll see this won't take that long. Disassembly is always easy. These ones on the inside are not fun. Oh, got some shop towels, of course, and then plastic gauge, so I can do it. And I got some new small block Chevy standard bearings, so not oversized, not bored, nothing like that. I need to figure out which one's upper and which one's lower, but I'm not there yet, so I'm getting ahead of myself. What else is new? They probably say don't even impact on the way out, but I'm too impatient for that. I'm going to tilt this down just a touch. Yeah, maybe that's better. I don't know. We'll see. That's those two. Bam. And then these I'll have to do by hand, which I've got that 9/16 wrench, unless I put it away already, which would be a very Paul thing to do. There's that one. That'll work. These pieces of aluminum are a little spongy. Good to see my China wall held up. It'll be much easier to do a China wall with it out of the car. And I'm going to take a look at my head gaskets, see if they're fine. If they're fine, I'll just reuse them because I'm lazy like that. Go off, get in the trash. Yeah, I still couldn't get number 4 out. With it up in the air, I tried getting it out, but it just wasn't working, so I just kept moving. But we'll do the same thing. We'll flip this block over It'll just be the easiest way to go about it. You might be thinking, boy, Paul, sounds like a good time to put that LS motor in. Yeah, I know. I'm stupid and committed. And we'll see how my intake gaskets are too. And we'll just take a look. I mean, being a small block Chevy, getting these parts is actually pretty easy. Well, you gotta do them in shifts now?
Yeah.
Full-time job. That's fair. Man, it's been a frickin' mess. Yeah, you're right. Trust me. I literally found out why it was a parts car. So every step of the way, I found a new problem. I mean, a new problem, and it basically ended with I've got a bent connecting rod. So I have to replace all the pistons and rods in this thing. I gave it to a friend. Yeah, I gave it to a friend. So the deal was, is to keep that on the road daily.
Yeah.
It was getting so old that finding parts was difficult. You'd have to get them from Latvia. You'd go to replace a $20 part and then break a $7 part and wait 3 weeks for it. I'm just like, I'm done. So I just gave it to him. He's only going to drive it during the summer, so it's perfect.
Very good, but the truck's running good, huh?
It's running great. I had a problem. One of my custom mods failed, but this time I built it strong this time, and it's good. So,
Extra duct tape.
yeah, exactly. All the Canadian chrome I can afford. It's all right on there.
What year is the Corvette?
It's 87. Yeah, it'll be cool. I mean, it doesn't look like I've done much, but the lot of the interior's fixed up. Yeah, slowly but surely I'll get it.
You're a big guy. You fit in it.
Just. I'm talking like
T-roof. You need a T-roof.
it's got one, so I can pull that off and I'm set.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Keep on trucking.
I'm dumb enough to keep doing it.
Stay out of the house and quit bothering the wife.
I'm not in the bars.
Wait, the bike now?
Yes, I did get a bike. So the wife and I, we've always loved. I used to ride a bike, but I was commuting on the thing all the time. Yes, I know I look like a dork. I was commuting on the. That's a good point. This is why she's known as Christine. That's Christine, everyone. Anyway, yeah, so I bought that thing. So I used to commute on a bike, but I just was like, man, it was playing pinball every day, and you're just going to die. So I said, well, if I get a bike, I'm going to make sure it's the bike I want, and we're going to go do Big Sur this summer, which would be killer on a motorcycle. I don't know. We'll find out.
Good. Fingers crossed. Very
Yeah,
good.
even if it's not, just go as far as we can and come back, whatever. So yeah,
All right, here we go.
yeah, exactly. Oh well,
Okay.
oh well.
That's a big rock.
That's a big one. Oh look, it's a giant cliff and nothing holding us up.
Go to Del Mar for that. Right
That
train.
you're not wrong. My mom's been watching that saga the whole time.
Oh yeah.
They need to just spend the money and put it right on I-5 and move on with life, but they won't do it because there's just no will from any political person on the planet to do anything that's
Well,
correct.
you're gonna be disrupting somebody's
Of course,
$1 million home.
all the NIMBY people. All right, see you, Christine. Have a great day.
Actually, for the record, it's Carrie.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I remember the horror thing, and I thought it was Christine, because that's another horror thing. Carrie,
Carrie, that's okay.
I apologize.
That's all right.
I knew it. I started with a C, unless your name's with a K, is it? God dang it. Well, now I won't forget.
I'm going away.
Bye, Carrie. How's that for embarrassing? That's just not nice. Ah, it's Carrie, not Christine. Anyway, because I'm out here all the time, I got neighbors that are just always swinging by doing their thing, so it's kind of fun. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah, those gaskets are fine. I'm not going to worry about those at all. That guy's gone. Alright, so lifters can stay. Push rods and all that stuff has to come out, so these got to come out. So that's this, and then you got to always open the wrong drawer at least once. That way you're guaranteed to get it the second time. Carrie with a K. Carrie with a K. Very sweet lady. Anyway, the reason why I mentioned that, she's got 3 dogs, and one of them just gets walked alone. Off. Bam. She's a cool lady. Nice enough not to berate me too hard. So I gotta lift these up. Just turn these 90. Eat out the push rods, and again, I don't care what order they go back in. No reason to be precious about it, in my opinion. These gaskets are fine, just leave them, don't disturb them. Re-RTV that. My lifters can stay, that's nice. Okay, so now it's these head bolts. Sweet, if I do that, I got room. Yeah. Alright, 9/16 life. I'm going to remove all the lower ones. Ugh, of course. Oh, I thought they were 9/16. They're 5/8. Forgot about that. And I always have to use a thin wall socket on these. So, leave that there. Let's see. 5/8, and then I got a special 5/8 I ground. That's that guy. Hopefully it survives. And then, so what are we gonna do? We'll break them loose by hand. And then we'll blitz them off. Do I hear a door open? Is that what happened? I did hear a door open. Come back here. What's that? Is that for me?
Is that the door?
Oh, okay. I don't
From Oodlewood?
know what it is.
On your desk?
Sure, or just on the counter. That's fine. Thank you. And the other advantage of using this block is I've already gone through and this freaking this damn wobble from Pittsburgh is garbage. Just garbage. In fact, I'm going to get a different one. The oil looks brand new. It ain't, but it looks like it. So you can see as the engine sits in the engine, or in the engine bay, it kind of tilts and rocks back that way. That's why all this oil pools up back here. Nothing wrong with it, just the way it is. Just Clean it up a little bit. Eat off old RTV. Clean that up later. There we go. And that's actually the oil drain back. I don't know if you can see me blocking that. Oh, I gotta take that one out. Let's get a better. There, that'll work. Yeah, that's the tight one. Okay. All right, hopefully that socket holds up. Huh?
I was trying to figure out which way was the easy.
There is no easy way. We'll give this a little love tap, seat that in there. There we go. There we go. A little coolant's normal. As I'm sure the water jackets are just absolutely still filled. Where's that killer breaker bar? Killed my forehead. Where is it? There you are. There we go. There goes all the coolant. Passenger head. Good. Let's get the driver's head off. Don't worry about those pistons. They'll be fine. So, rinse and repeat on this side. I suppose I had to get in here and start soaking up some of this stuff. Well, I'll do that after I get this pulled apart. That wasn't too bad. Caw! Alright, normal socket. So these were only torqued to 65 foot-pounds, I think. This isn't much, but with 17 fasteners, it ought to do the job. It ought to do the job. Just up and over. You know, no one does this stuff in Southern California anymore, so I mean, I guess there's the Craig guy who's in San Diego. Never met him. I'm sure he's nice. And you know, with YouTubers, you never know if they're just sending stuff out to have it built or what. Right. And the little guy. Take a hammer. There we go. Or not. There we go. That did it. Q. So if you got the engine out, this is what, a 15-20 minute job? Ain't bad. Redope those. That should still seal. There we go. Yeah, number 8. That's that one. It was not doing good. Not doing very good at all. Not very good at all. Filters there. That'll come out. Yeah, that's the one that was a challenge. You can see the water coming out. If I tipped it over, you'd see more water come out. But, let's see here. How am I going to do this? Don't worry, I'll hose it all down. I really do want to flip it over, but I don't want to take all that off. We'll go some more. Maybe. That's probably enough for me to get in there. And the other problem I got is this damn thing. I wanted to be able to rotate it. Let's go to the spare wood pile. It's good for the engine. And there we go. Now it's turn. Okay. Most of the way. Are those the new ones?
Yeah. I don't know if you can read this. This one kind of has a hat.
Sorry for the brief intermission. Had a neighbor come by who's a Corvette guy, showed me a 76 on his phone. He went nuts on it. And that's his 2000. And anyway, he had a C4 that burned down, which has got to be just heartbreaking to watch that happen. There we go. That guy's out. So this is number 7. This is the one that had the damage. These rings. Oh, that one's a little tight. Yeah, that one's a little tight. So it probably pressed down on here. Yeah! So that probably pinched that ring a little bit. So that would have been a death knell to this thing anyway. My cylinder walls look fine. I'm not worried about it. There's no ring ridge. And I honestly don't even care. I don't care at all. So we're just going for it, you know? Let's get that piston out. I'm gonna have to pull off those accessories anyway, aren't I? Come on. Come on. There we go. That one's good. Yeah, those are fine. Let's see here. Let's see if I can. Now I can see in here. Should be able to push that out. Ow! Yowza! There's number 8. There's Bendy boy. That's not good. Rings are still good, but that rod is junk. Junk. Yeah, I keep hurting myself. There's that jug. Rings are fine. Everything works good. Yeah, these are pressed. Oh, that one's bent. So number 6 was bent too. Whole bunch of problems. Boy, I'm glad I went this way. I mean, this way, yeah, a little kink, but that's not normal. Yowza. Boy, I'm glad I'm doing this, I gotta say. Alright, let me regroup here. I'm going to clean this up a little bit, get this thing flipped around, and then teeter-totter it over. Let's see if I can get this off. Goodness. There we go. And then I'll just plumb a straight T into there. Bleeding like a sieve. I don't even know what's bleeding on this hand. Oh. Punched a hole in my finger. Sliced a hole in my finger, rather. I'm gonna have to get bandaged up. Yeah, let me get bandaged up. Alright. So, I need to blitz this bracket off. My bushings are fine. I'm not worried about those. I don't know why I just rabbit trailed off to that, but I'm going to blitz that guy off. That's 9/16, which I think I put away already. Did. I did destroy a power steering line. Ooh, heavy. I did destroy a power steering line. Pulling it from the engine, I forgot to disconnect it. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Good Lord, heavy. Leave that over there. Let's see if I can slide this around. Or I can we'll just work completely on the tailgate. How about that? That'll be fine. It won't be fine. Ah, now I can get that one off. So multiple bent rods. Generally, you can't hydrolock a motor, from what I understand. Just on starter alone. Hi. I got a dish somewhere with those. I'm gonna have to pull this off. That's tightening. Don't want to do that. It should pull off now. You can see what GM was doing. I mean, they were trying to do this as an assembly, which is not dumb. There we go. Fish you out. Put that over there. Now I can flip this over. Probably destroy that in the process. Well, that should stay. All right. Tappy tap tap. The hammer. There we go. That one's loose. See, my bearings are actually in good shape. So I don't know what the deal is with those ones, but that's okay. It happens. Alright, let's see this one. That one's straight. That one's okay. Are these floating? No, they're pressed on. Pressed on pistones. Yeet! How's that one? It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. These bottom two are all that's left. And I don't... Yeah, those won't go out. I rock this thing back over this way. That'll stay. Ooh. Ah. Those rings are all right. That rod's straight. Yeah, it's fine. So, a bunch of junk. It looks like it has a little bit of a bend that way. That's straightish. Rings are fine. Yeah, so that's the damage. So now, what I need to do is finish taking this off so I can set this up on its heads, or on the head, and I'm going to go ahead and just whatever. New set of gaskets aren't that expensive, and I'll get some MLS ones. So if I can get the rotating assembly in here, I'll be good. Yeah, pistons, the bores look fine. No scrapes. Nothing. Still some faint cross-hatching in there. I'm happy. Yeah, this thing's fine. So, what are you doing, Turbo? So what we'll do is yeah, look at that. You can see the cross-hatching just fine. That's good. So now what I need to do is get in here. It turns great. I'm sure my mains are fine. There's like no back and forth play. So that's good. Of course, I'm just sending oil through everything. Was that orange peel? Who knows? Camshaft looks great. Feel good about it. So now let me do some more cleanup. And yeah, this is probably destroyed. I'll just buy another dipstick tube. That's all right. They're not that expensive, and I can get them in a day or two. I'm assuming that I'm still filming. I hope I am. I just go until it stops, I guess. Yeah, thing's fine. So the important thing to understand on these, well, the one thing I need to look at is I didn't remember the orientation of the valve reliefs on these guys. But I do know the bearings. You see this chamfer here? That chamfer on the crankshaft is built in with it. So that's just part of the deal. That's the way that has to be oriented. I need to look up the specs. I need to get my piston ring compressor, all that good stuff. Yeah, see, these rings are totally fine. They got springiness. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to slam it home. So, I don't think that's right. I think like this could be an inside piston. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be able to read the numbers. Pretty sure. Yeah, let me step away, do a little Google foo real quick, and I'll bring you back when I'm getting closer and I know what the hell I'm doing. Alright. Alright, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's the piston troughs. So they go in like this. So that's the passenger side head. They go in like that, so that's good to know. So the part number is facing down. And according to this, these are actually L98 or TRW forged slug with trough type relief. There may have been another, but I'm guessing, from what I understand, is they were L82 pistons, which is kind of cool. So they're L82 pistons. Yeah, made by TRW and they're forged. Very cool. Yep. Yep. Good to know. Good to know. So those are forged pistons. Mint. So now that I know what way they're supposed to go, yep, so this chamfer on that side will go right here in this journal, no problem. So make sure that you drop your nut inside. Should probably pull the cap off. Come on. It goes like that. I know if you're like building super high horsepower stuff. There we go. Oh, I need to find my spring compressor. So let me do that real quick. I'll be back. Found it. I was looking for this and I forgot that I actually bought the actual whole tool thing. So you gotta tighten it to be able to release it. And the thing just wants to spring. Well, I know it gets bigger than this. There we go. God, I hope I'm not destroying these. There we go. Okay. Way too big. But you get the idea. So this thing will squeeze those rings. See the rings that are sticking out? Those have got to be compressed. Of course, I'm getting trash everywhere. Oh well, way she goes. You just go until it stops like that. And then theoretically, there we go, that one's in. I'm gonna add a little WD-40 to that, see who's bugging me. My mom. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there's another friggin' egg in the nest. Huh. Crazy. Where's my looby dooby? I know I got some WD. There you are. Probably should have done that before. Just make life a little easier. So as you're pounding this in, you just don't want to bark it up, either the journal or anything. So yeah, you see that camphor there? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Basically, there's a little camphor here. This ridge rides up. So now I get to figure out which one's the upper and which one's the lower. Thank you, Sealed Power, for following instructions contained in the carton. None. Oh well. I know one set of these should be upper and the other should be lower. So that's the side that's flat. That's got a little chamfer on it. Yeah, there's the chamfer. So that goes like that, which means, so that must be the upper. Yep, and that's the lower. Yep. Yep. Looks about right to me. I am no master engine builder. Make no mistake about that. Punch that back out a little. Yeah, these things don't even need a polish or anything. So yeah, so see the tang over here? There's the tang, that's the bearing sitting in there. There we go, that's in. Of course, I didn't mark which one was upper and which one's lower. So I'll just figure it out every time. But that guy is on. So now theory is you just clean this up really well. No idea who that is. No idea. Yep, I do remember the tangs go on the outside. So that'll slide over like that and torque down. But I need to get my plastic gauge out. And I know it's this guy right here. And I really should tip this all the way up, but I think I'll be okay. So let me get some scissors. And or a knife. Go ahead and use a dirty shirt. There we go. Yeah, let me find some scissors. I know I got some scissors in here somewhere. Welcome to the junk drawer. Alright, let me go locate scissors. Alright, scissors have been attained. I need to get my torque wrench out. So 38 to 44 foot-pounds. Because I'm reusing these nuts, I'm going to go to 44 for sure. And that size bolt's 9/16. There's 9/16. Probably close that as to not kill myself. Those are probably just factory 11/30 seconds. You can see how they're just pressed in, which is meh. Prefer if they were screwed in, but I don't care that much. Hydration moment. Okay. So, really, this is kind of strange. It's enough to do two. And you can barely see the plastic gauge. There we go. Oh. It was a small piece. There we go. There's that little guy. This is why they tell you to lose it in the engine. Found it. This is why they tell you to flip the thing over, laying it on its back. So you know what maybe I should do instead? I don't like that, but what I should do is I should go ahead and get all the pistons in first before doing this. So I'll come back to you guys after I get all the pistons in and oriented properly, and then I will I'll do this process with the plastic gauge. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Okay, so we're back at it. Come here. Brief intermission. So I got all the pistons in, and I got all the caps on, and I already did a preliminary plastic gauge on this one just to kind of see how it goes. I don't really know exactly what I'm doing here, but as you can see right there, we're looking at probably 18 thousandths of clearance, because it's a little smaller than the 15 thousandths. Definitely not 20 thousandths. So it's pretty tight, but those are new bearings, and I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of these, but I'm going to call that particular one good. I'm not going to even worry about it. I'll just run 530 in it and see how that goes. I know you're supposed to clean this up properly, you know, with your finger like that, but we'll call that one checked. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead. Hello. I'm going to go ahead and get the second one, this one, done, just to kind of show you the process of this. And again, I am not God's gift to this at all. So, yeah, so that's what the other side is. I think that we're okay. So I'm not even going to worry about it. And I was trying to use gloves, but it was not working well. So, grab a little of my excess looby-dooby here. Interesting, it kind of stains it. I don't really care. So I'm going to just get some lubriplate and get this one torqued down. Like I said, I went to 44 foot-pounds. And I'm going to be rotating this engine over a lot, so that's going to get smeared around just fine. No problems there. There we go. There's my torque wrench. It's kind of finicky doing this with gloves on, because the plastic gauge wants to just jump around, as you'll see in a few minutes. Where did 9/16 go? There it is. So this is already set for 44. I just kind of get them snug first. just on both sides. There we go. There we go. That's 44. 44. Check it again. Good. Good. So, to do this, to check with the plastic gauge how this goes, is you want to pull off your cap. I put the plastic gauge somewhere. The plastic gauge is cheap. It's like $6. So it's no big deal. And then I do the wrong thing and just take a hammer to help separate. There we go. Rod's now out. Already got some trash in there and some squeeze over. Nice. I mean, these are things that you just put in and move on with life. So where is... I have no idea what I did with that little piece. So I'm just going to gangster another piece. Oh, come on. We got a pair of scissors over here. And this is not the proper way to do this. The proper way to do this is by getting micrometers and all that stuff. That guy sits right there. Grab your cap. Put it on the right way. That'd be very helpful. There we go. Get these guys started. I mean, this is just following instructions. This isn't that difficult, you know? So, and I'm not even going to lie. Honestly, if this one checks out about the same, I'm just going to presume the rest of them are okay. And just torque them up and call it good and get the bottom end put back together. Because I don't want to be doing this forever. And if for some reason I blow this thing up, it'll just be LS time. But oh, there's the plastic gauge right where I put it. Of course. This is thrilling, I know. Okay. So I'm at 44 pounds on my torque wrench. Just under 45. That's that. That's that. Take it off. Tappy tap. And that looks to be just about the exact same. So maybe 15 thou, 16 thou, 17 thou. It's a little tight. But that'll be okay. I'm not worried about it. I think it'll be just fine. So we're going to run it. We're going to run it. Get that crap off. Yeah. Again, not a pro engine builder here. Not by any stretch of the imagination. So, anyway, it'll self-clearance, right? It just means that I can't run super thick oil, but I should have good oil pressure. It's basically the goal here. That's on pretty much like rebuilt engine status. So I think that I didn't even check the clearances on the old engine or on the old rods, but I'm not terribly concerned about it. So this is not max effort. This is just have fun. Hey, look who showed up. What's up, buddy? What are you up to? Huh? Off doing things? Just throw a little lubriplate on there. Smeary, smeary. Tangs go out. This is what's called the tangs. It doesn't really want to fit going the other way anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm just going to send the rest of these home. Just call it good. I'm not building a 100,000 mile motor here. I'm just making this work. That's all. Oh, yeah, I did mention already. Those rods apparently, or excuse me, those pistons apparently are forged units from TRW. At least that's what the internet says. And they belong to the L98. I don't remember. Whatever. I'm repeating myself. So I'll just stop. But yeah, I'll get this buttoned up, get the oil pan back on, and call it good. I'll let you finish when you hear a click. And then I'll just move on. What's that? There we go. Check. Check again. You definitely don't want one of these coming out. I mean, I could have torqued it less, but I don't know that that's a good idea. But okay, I'll come back with a debrief after I get all this buttoned back together. Alright, so that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. I need to clean up the cylinder heads. I got that up at top dead center, I think. If not, it'll be 180 out, and it'll just pop, fart, and bang when I get it running again, but I'm not too worried about it. Oil pan's on, oil pump is in, oil pump shaft is in. Like I said, it's at top dead center, so that's good. Let's see. Vet's shut down. Just going to leave this open for now. It'll be okay. I'm hoping I can get some head gaskets, and then maybe Wednesday night pop the heads on, get it sealed up with the intake on it and all that stuff. maybe blast the rest of it. Destroyed the oil filter in the process of rolling it around, but we're good. I'm not gonna lie, a truck bed's a pretty good workbench. Not the easiest thing. I mean, I have engine stands, I just didn't want to go to the trouble. So anywho, I'm gonna shut her down. I am shutting her down for the evening. Alright, have a good one.